The rain had been falling since morning, turning the sky gray and heavy. Leo lay on the living room floor, bored out of his mind. No internet, no electricity, nothing to do. The silence felt endless. Then he remembered the attic. It was a place he rarely visited, filled with old things that belonged to his grandfather, a sailor who used to tell stories about storms, faraway lands, and hidden islands. Leo grabbed a flashlight and climbed the narrow wooden stairs. The attic smelled of dust and old wood. Boxes were stacked everywhere. Coils of rope, cracked lanterns, and faded photographs covered the shelves. It felt like stepping into a forgotten memory. In the far corner, Leo found a small rusted chest. He didn't remember seeing it before. Curious, he forced it open. Inside was a metal tube wrapped with leather string. His heart beat faster. He carefully opened the tube and slid out a rolled piece of parchment. The paper was yellow and fragile. When he spread it open, he froze. It was a map. An island was drawn in the center, surrounded by swirling waves. A bold red X marked one spot. At the top were the words, "The Lost Island." In the corner, written in familiar handwriting, was a note. "Not all treasures are gold. Some are courage." It was his grandfather's writing. Suddenly, the wind rushed through the tiny window. The map fluttered wildly, and for a second, the red X glowed faintly. Leo swallowed. This wasn't just an old drawing. This was an invitation. That night, he showed it to his best friend Maya. She grinned. "Let's find it." And just like that, their ordinary lives began to change. Before sunrise, Leo and Maya reached the small harbor at the edge of town. Fishing boats rocked gently against the docks, and the salty air filled their lungs. After some convincing, an old fisherman agreed to rent them a small wooden boat. "You're chasing a legend," the fisherman warned. "That island hides in the fog. Many boats lose their way." But Leo held the map tightly. Something inside him said this was meant to happen. They sailed as the sun painted the sky orange. At first, the sea was calm and peaceful. Seagulls followed them, crying loudly above. Then the fog came, thick and white. Within minutes, they couldn't see past the front of the boat. Maya gripped the edge. "This is creepy." Leo checked the compass. The needle spun wildly, useless. But then the map grew warm in his hands. The red X began to glow again. A faint shining line appeared, pointing forward like a path. "It's guiding us," he whispered. They followed it slowly. Strange waves rocked the boat. Dark shapes moved under the water, too large to be fish. Every sound felt louder in the silence. Fear pressed against their chests. But they didn't turn back. After what felt like forever, the fog thinned. And suddenly they saw it. A hidden island rose from the sea, covered with jungle, cliffs, and a silver waterfall. They had found the impossible. The Lost Island. The island felt alive. Tall trees blocked the sunlight, and colorful birds darted between branches. Every step crunched with fallen leaves. The air smelled fresh and wild, untouched by people. Following the map, Leo and Maya pushed through vines, crossed a shallow stream, and climbed rocks near the waterfall. Behind the rushing water, they discovered something unexpected. A cave. "This must be it," Maya said softly. Inside, crystals sparkled along the walls, reflecting light like tiny stars. At the end of the cave stood an old wooden chest covered in moss. Their hands trembled as they opened it. They expected gold, jewels, something grand. But inside there was only a compass, a leather journal, and a faded photograph. The photo showed Leo's grandfather, young and smiling, standing right here on this island. Leo opened the journal and read, "If you find this, you are already brave." The treasure was never gold. It was the courage to explore, to face fear, and to share the journey with someone you trust. Leo looked at Maya. They both laughed softly. All the danger, the fog, the long trip, that was the treasure. The memories, the friendship, the adventure. As they left the cave, sunlight broke through the trees. For a moment, Leo felt like his grandfather was walking beside him, proud. They returned home with a journal and compass, their hearts full of stories. And sometimes at night, the old map still glows faintly, waiting for the next adventure.